Good morning, everyone. This is Jane Kate Manyas from BSTMTHSM2B, and I will be sharing to you the importance of business in every different aspect. So first is importance of business finance as a student. Every student should have a basic understandings of finance, whether he takes it up as a major or not, because of the obvious reason that is not only open doors or of great opportunities for him, but also teaches him to manage his finances well. It trains them in making budgets, understand communication, and take necessary financial decisions, and also lead a balanced life. Whether it is about managing business processes, working with a financial institution, applying for a managerial position in a multinational company, or managing a household. Finance management holds significant importance in every sphere of life. Every student should have a basic financial knowledge to build a sustainable career for themselves. Financial knowledge can help students improve their lifestyle and lead a stable life, keeping the financial insecurities at bay. So, 5 reasons for students to study finance, or there are lots of reasons but for me, as it's as students who takes up finance as a major subject or has done special short-term courses in finance hold better chances of employability despite being a freshener. So it means that it can create a high quality financial proposals for organization because they are trained to write finance assessments. So financial sector is constantly evolving. A clear financial understanding can help students understand the ever-growing field of financial technology, and keep themselves updated about the latest financial strategies that have revolutionized actual or is student loan financial technologies, payment technologies, and cryptocurrency. Finance involves a lot of formulas that can be nerve-wracking for students who are not good with numbers. Yeah, and I'm one of it. But services like online finance essays can help students get a clear understanding of the finance essays that they are made to write. Students should understand that financial knowledge helps them become better problem solvers than most. Is that it is not just about ratios, spreadsheets, Excel's numbers, and formulas. It requires students to analyze those numbers to turn them into feasible business plans. So also finance helps students understand rather the difference between value and price and its role and impact in the business decisions we take in our day-to-day lives, right? And also helps us create value and understand the future effects of value today. And it further teaches students to use quantitative data to solve problems to take possible business decisions. And for students, knowledge of finance is important for students not just in their professional world, but it required even outside the office. And I do believe that financial sector has a big, great impact to us as a student. Um, it plays to study even a certificate course in finance can do miracles for our careers. It adds weightage to students or as me or as a one of the student. It adds weightage to our resume, and it's much important because students with a financial background also have a better understanding of the company balance sheets and can help in communicating the management decisions to other organizational members. And Now, that's all for importance of business finance as a student. So let's move on to the importance of business finance as the part of the family. Okay? So, when it comes to finance, no family business has the luxury of holding cash forever. And I can assure that because I am one of it. I am one of them rather, and I also experienced that with my family. And the greatest conflict for that is time will force the issue. We find that when a family firm reaches the third or fourth generation, it typically runs out of cash, and the owners must rethink how to finance the business. So change is thrust upon them. So for example, I experienced this to my family. My family has our own business, and for the next generation, fourth generation, it really ran out of cash. So it is one of the conflict of a business family. So it's very much important that your family has a strong foundation of what they call that strong foundation of fighting spirit rather than being so practical, and also being wise in how to handle this kind of situation, because these situations are really not, or we cannot prevent this as much as possible. But the good thing is, when we say family is a solid thing of relationship that we able to make our business, financial businesses leads into successful. So now, as the business and the family each get older and bigger, certain things become inevitable. Even with the best of estate planning, the family will have to face debt, taxes. The business must change and transform. Yes, transform. Capital will be needed to grow or start new businesses. And very likely by this time, one or more family members will want to buy out. All of these monetary matters place a great and often conflicting demands of the business for capital, demands that usually exceed as a private family business or financial sources. Okay, because why? Because we want to maintain as much independence as possible. All right, and I can assure that because that is my experience with my family. We have a business and a financial business named what do you call that? We all know here in Medellin that Piggy's because Piggy's business is one of the rampant, or one of the demand business here, that the people will really buy or really catch their attention, that can gain also a lot of money. And many family businesses that we know to tend to reject some of the obvious possibilities for raising cash going public, seeking outside private investors, or taking on equity or joint venture partner. They also resist the notion of going to the bank and borrowing more money that they're used to borrowing. So another possibility is to sell part of the business. While doing so, it's not unusual. Some families just don't like that option. Yeah, and I agree with that. The point is, many families have to change their attitudes about financing their business, their financing programs, to find sources of capital that they haven't so needed to find. In doing so, family members may need to stretch beyond their comfort zones as well as their culture. Okay? And for example, just may not work anymore because of the no debt tradition. And also, one option is that to develop a different strategic perspective about your business. Perhaps over time you change your business so that it becomes less capital intensive. So for example, if your business requires enormous sums of capital to build new facilities or purchase new equipment, you might change the business from being one that builds and owns facilities to one that operates facilities that other people own. So, and also the factors about importance of business or financial business to family, that we know that traditionally use its own capital to finance real estate developments for families' own portfolio, began to invite others to invest in specific projects, and constructions in property management fees charged to project become significant new source of income. And lastly, that about families and importance of families in the business finance, that families that are very clever, foresighted, and successful are aware of the fact that eventually they're going to need more capital they have traditionally had access to. We find that they're often very creative in adopting the business or adopting their attitude toward the business in a ways that allows them to get access to new money and using different means that they have taught about the past. Yeah, so next is, I guess that would be all for importance of business as a part of the family. So in the community, important of business in the community is not the it can't be sufficiently stressed. Yeah, is a couple of advantages of maintaining finance can be described as follows: that can help entrepreneurs purchase land, capital assets, and other assets without much difficulty, and focus solely on commencing the operations of the business. Yeah. And by making a sustainable efforts is a huge way, or a business can have a positive social impact by making efforts like reducing proper waste, choosing more eco-friendly suppliers, switching out traditional lighting for LEDs or just LEDs or LED or LEDs is just an example for that, and finding greener energy suppliers and choosing responsible waste management options and business can significantly reduce the waste in the community and contribute both local and improvement. And now I want to discuss how business finance affects society. Business finance, as in my own opinion, it really affects the society, and I think there will be negative and positive impact, but let's focus into the positive side because that is much important than the negative side. So business finance really affects the society because I do believe that business finance is one of the reason or one of the key that we should study of, because it will lead betterment to each and everyone. And also in real life, finance is one of the most important thing that we should be prepared. And also it affects society because I do believe that it make people better, it make people successful, and it make people make relationship to other people. And also it affects society by molding us each and everyone in how to be like how to be good, or how to be in a way of developing our skills and how to balance life. And also it affects society to make good financial decision makings, and in a way of contributing to the society, understand each and everyone communication. It teaches also to manage finances well and to train about budgets, and also for managing household or financial management in the society or even in our community. Like for example in barangay aspects, we all know that there are lots of funds, there are loans or money for the people living in the certain barangay. So it affects that when when we are knowledgeable about and are knowledgeable enough about business finance, it can help to balance the money it opens doors on great opportunities that also in a way of helping everyone not to be a fool, yeah, not and to make a good decision making, and everyone will be achieve a great piece of momentum in doing some business, finance, or financial issues about a certain barangays. So, for me, I have to discuss with this about the topic right now is all about business finance, right? So, sorry for the inconvenience now. I have to discuss the chosen topic of important of business finance to the student, because I know that I am a student also, and it's very much essential to me to discuss about this thing. So now I'm so sorry for this, people. So I think teaching finance should also include teaching innovation. This is just my opinion based on what have I experienced right now, since we encounter or we experience pandemic, and we are just using online classes, and it's my reason that leads me to contract or to conclude this statement. So I think teaching finance should also include teaching innovation. In fact, as a student of finance, you should be exposed to 3 stages based on my research: the basics of finance, innovation in finance, and the responsibility that financial managers have to their clients and institutions. Because you or I absolutely can do a decent job of financial or investment management without knowing and having a really solid basics about it. And then innovation in the ongoing need for innovation in financial markets, in the good and the bad that come from innovation, as we've been discussing today, needs to be understood. And finally, there is to me this only overriding thing of responsibility, and which goes to the moral compass, and we need to address these high level issues as well if we're going to train the students to be leaders in finance and to take rules where they're dealing with a lot of money, especially other people's or institutions money. Yeah. And I guess that would be all for today. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for watching this video. Again, this is Jane Kate Manez, and I am just sharing to you my opinion how business finance important in different aspects. And now I will just turn it off and goodbye and enjoy the rest of the day.